What's up, world? Good evening, good evening. How you guys doing? Come on in. For those that are new, we thank you for joining us on this evening. Continue to share this information, continue to like it, continue to subscribe to the page. For those that have been here before, you know what it is. I'm your boy Top Dog, and we provoke thought here on this channel. Higher levels of understanding. We want to motivate and elevate so you can go out and dominate and be the person that you were meant to be in this world. Stop being sluggish. Get out of that comfort zone. Stop being lazy. Get up, man. Get out and go get it. Be great. Know that you're great. Know who you are. Right? So once again, man, it's on. Come on in. Sit down so we can let loose. Okay, today, guys, we're going to go through some personal development things that I'm currently reading that have jump-started a whole new trajectory in my life. As some of you already know, man, I've always been highly motivated to do things. It's just the action on the back end. It hasn't always been there for me. And I'm just being totally transparent with you guys because another focus of this page is to take you through the journey with me. Let's walk this journey together. And we're all human beings. We all make mistakes. We all do things that we're not proud of. All of us. But the mission and the purpose is to always grow. Learn from those mistakes. Each one teach one. The younger generation coming up should learn from our mistakes. They should learn from the things that we're doing. So I've just jumped into a different pattern of learning and continued learning and always learning. I decided this year, after listening to a brother's page, that I was going to start me a library, and I've done just that. And these books that I'm about to show you have greatly enriched my life. I want you guys to do the same thing that I'm doing if you can. Go ahead and get a library started in your home. If you got some type of subscription to audiobooks, listen to these audiobooks while you're driving to work, while you got downtime in your headphones, instead of listening to that trash, love, and hip hop and all the other ratchet garbage mess that we listen to on a daily basis. Switch it up a little bit. Read a book. Put something on your mind that's going to help you grow and help you be great. So without further ado, guys, here we go. Here was the first book from this year, 2020. When I said I'm going to start me a library, I can picture my office now with the big bookshelf in the back and just thousands of books that I can just go in, pick one, and I'm just sitting there in my library just reading 5, 6 books a day. So let me give you some fun facts before we get started. Actually, it is said that the average, and these are statistics, it is said that the average CEO makes 310 times that of the average worker. It is also said that the average CEO reads about 65 books per year. Now, I ask you, when was the last time you read a book? How many books are you averaging a year? Is it anywhere near 65? Okay, then don't worry. If it's not, then don't wonder why you're not successful. Now, let's take a look on the other end at the other people at the bottom of the totem pole. And this was me, myself included, before I started off on this journey. It said that the average worker reads 1 book per year. 1. So now you see why that wide range, 310 is ridiculous. But if you're not reading and if you're not doing anything to improve yourself, then he's going to keep making all the money. He's going to keep you there to build his dream and keep you there so he can have his yachts and his vacation homes and all of these other things, because you're in a comfort zone and you're stuck and you're comfortable with where it is that you want to be. So without further ado, here's the first book that I put in my library, and this was recommended to me, The Alchemist. This is a must read, guys. I cannot tell you how much this book changed my life because it confirmed a lot of things for me. This is a book about a shepherd that was on a journey that was content with certain things in his life until he was put on a whole nother path to find what out his real destiny was. And he met a lot of characters on the way to kind of confirm that, kind of, showed him that what was inside of him was good enough, and he took advantage of it. And I'm not going to give too much of the book away, but this is absolutely a must read. And these tabs at the top, I got a couple reference points that I want to share with you out of this book, and just to give you a little background about what this book is all about. So, I'm only going to do one. And a lot of these books, some of these books I don't have reference points, but it says here, once you get into the desert, there's no going back. And the desert could be substituted for in this world. Once you get in this world, there's no going back. Once you start living your life, it's no going back. And when you can't go back, now you know that you can't go back now. You only have to worry about the best way of moving forward. The rest is up to Allah, including the dangers. And he concluded by saying the mysterious word maktub. So maktub in this book was translated into it was written. This is written, guys. You in this world, you can't go back. Some of us love to live in the past. Some of us love to live in misery. You know the whole saying, misery loves company, and that's true. But you can't go back. It's nothing that you can do about what happened on yesterday. So knowing that you can't go back, then the best solution for you is to figure out how to move forward. That's the only way that you're going to be able to make the massive actions necessary to get to that next point in your life. And a lot of you are just, stuck saying I'm stuck and I'm this and I'm that. And you really, you talk a good game, but you're really not walking in that same light. You're comfortable. And if that's you, then listen, you got to find a way to start motivating yourself because you're not average. You're not average. This brain can process anything faster than the best computer in the world, what you have sitting in between your two shoulders. This tool that you have is the best computer known to man. You could do anything that you put your mind to, but a lot of us are just lazy. A lot of us are uninspired. A lot of us are torn down. A lot of us have, have accepted the excuses in life. And listen, this is what we do this for. We want to motivate you to get up today. Start today. Be a right now person. Don't start tomorrow. Everybody coming out with these New Year resolutions and ain't keeping them because they really didn't mean it in the beginning. That was just something you were saying. You didn't really have the motivation to do that. So I'm introducing these books, man, that'll help you motivate, help you get motivated, help you in that journey. Number one, The Alchemist, must read. Comment in the comment section. Let me know how you like it. Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, but I'm guaranteeing you, right? If the student is ready, the teacher will appear. If you're ready to receive some information and you're really ready to go to the next level in your life, you need to start with personal development at least every day. You need to be reading something every day that uplifts you and inspires you, along with putting yourself around the right people, along with some other things. But this, you can start as a solid base. This is number one, guys. Now, number two was a game changer. Number two was a game changer. And some of you may have read this, some of you may not, but number two. Now, this totally followed up The Alchemist with here's some action that you take. We're talking about compounding everything in your life, like interest, like the car note that you're paying. It compounds. Now you can compound your efforts. This book is all about showing you how to compound your efforts. And you're being consistent at actions over a period of time. So you're falling in love with the mundane. You're developing good habits instead of bad ones. This book right here, man, game changer. when I read it, you know what I'm saying? It was always on my list to go out and read. But I'm like, you know, before I decided to start the library, I just didn't go pick it up. I didn't get it on audiobook, nothing. But when I made the decision, which is the toughest thing to do, once you make the decision, this right here just changed it. And it was immediate. The things that I started instituting into my life that I had heard, some of it I heard before, some of it was introduced to me for the first time. But I guarantee you, once again, if you're ready to receive some information, you're ready to take your life to the next level, this is going to be a book that you're going to want to read. It helps out in all walks of life. No matter what it is that you're doing, you're going to want to pick this up. I don't have any reference points in this because I read it, and then I also went over it on the audiobook. So I have a lot of notes that I've written down, but go ahead and read it. And once again, in the comments section, let me know how you liked it. Let me know if it was a life changer for you. Let me know if the light bulb went on. Let me know. Give me some feedback. I guarantee you this is a game changer. Number 3, oh man, I followed it up. I followed the compound effect up with this. Grant Cardone. You hear me referencing this in a lot of my videos. This is right. Put the pedal to the metal and stop playing. Stop playing. If you're going to do it, then do it. And if you're not, then don't. That's what this is about. Everything that you're shooting for. Do not write a goal if it's not 10 times. If it don't scare you. If your goals don't scare you, they not big enough. This is about writing goals that are 10 times as greater that are 10 times as great as anything that you could ever imagine. If you write a goal and it don't scare you, what's going to happen once you achieve that goal? You're going to fall into the comfort zone because the goal was too easy. That's what this book is about. You need to be writing goals that you feel like, man, you could never hit. They so big that you could never hit that. This is about 10 times, going 10 times. I call it 10 toes deep every day. Everything you do needs to be 10 times greater than it was on yesterday. Until you get there, it needs to be 10 times. You need to be mashing the pedal to the metal. You need to be going. And this book right here, man, is going. This book right here, if you ain't think like me, man, it changed me. I no longer write average goals because that's what I was doing. I was writing average goals. I was, you know what I mean? I was doing things that were not conducive. And it was no wonder why I wasn't achieving a lot of the things that I set out to do because they were too small. They didn't interest me. And as soon as something went bad, I abandoned those goals immediately. But now, no. Now I'm taking you on a journey and you're going to see this YouTube page is a result of this book and the other ones that I've read. I was putting out YouTube videos every once in a while, and now what I know is this is going to be the greatest. This is going to be the greatest and the biggest YouTube channel that anybody has ever made. That's what this is. If I just say, man, that this is going to be a successful YouTube channel, and this, I'm going to put out a couple videos. That's not going 10 times hard. That's not going 10x. That's 4x, 5x maybe. This book, man, it's a game changer. Again, pick it up, put it in your library. If not, if you got a streaming service or something that can allow you to stream books through your library or something like that, get this book. Get this, stream through it, go through it all. Take detailed notes and go through those notes daily. That's what this taught me because I was writing down notes, but I wasn't reviewing the notes. It'll be 2-3 months before I review the notes. Now I review my notes daily so they stick to me. so that they stick. Even my goals, I have to go back to them daily. So these books just taught me so much about going to the next level, going up to the next level. So get this book number 3. All right, got another smoker for you. Short but powerful. Short but powerful. Hope you guys can see that. As you think, this is the newer version of it. It used to be called, and it's by James Allen. It used to be called As a Man Thinketh. All right, but they've updated and they've simplified it to today's terms. A lot of the words in it are not, because this book was written a long time ago. But this right here, again, the portal to the mind is open. I told you, you got the most powerful computer sitting right between your 2 shoulders. And if you're ready to process information, this is going to change your life. Now imagine reading all of these at the same time. You would think, man, your brain must be in overload. But no, I was ready. I was ready to receive this information. So I absorbed it all like a sponge. Like a sponge, and I'm just gonna keep on going. Here's something that I bookmarked in this book. And this is a famous saying that, that I've heard in a couple of places. And it says this: we do not attract what we want, but what we are. You understand how powerful that is? We don't attract what we want, but rather who we are. So if you want to be amongst the room and everybody sitting around as millionaires, you got to raise your level up to that of a millionaire thinker. You got to have a millionaire mindset. That's where it all starts. You got to have a millionaire mindset. You got to raise your frequency up to that, because you attract what you are. If you're a Debbie Downer and a negative person and a chatty patty, that's what you're going to attract, because that's who you are. So I want you to understand the importance of that you never attract what you want, but who you are. Who you are is what you attract. So that's why this book lets you know that everything that happens around you, everything that let me give you an example here. Let me give you an example. As a quarterback of an NFL team, that quarterback is going to get the criticism when things go bad, and he's going to get all the accolades when things go good. So as a quarterback of your own team top dog, whatever I allow to go on around me while I'm the quarterback of that team falls on me. Good or bad. Yeah, I want the credit. Most of us want the credit when things go good, but when things go bad, you go tucking your tail in between your legs and you want to start blaming other people. You want to start pointing. But everything that happens to you is because of you. It's because of how you think. So if you're allowing certain things in your life, it's because of you. If certain things happen to you that you set up and allow while you were the quarterback, that's because of you. You can't blame nobody else. You don't grow by blaming nobody else. You grow by picking up a book and saying, man, let me put myself in position that if I ever see that again, if I ever spot that again in my life, I can identify it and I can get rid of it. But how you think, man, how you think. Pick this book up. Game changer. Absolutely. Short read. You can do it I read this book in a day. I read it in a day. And this will be the reason why I wanted all these books in my library is because I'll just go back, reread them, familiarize myself with them, and know them like the back of my hand. That's what I plan on doing. That's how I plan on going 10X. By reinforcing my mind this time so that 2 days later, it won't go away. Studies say that within 24 hours after you've read something or went over it, if you don't go back to it, you're going to forget it. You're going to forget all about it. 24 hours, because the brain is so powerful, it's processing all these other things. So if you don't go back to it, which the compound effect told me to do, you gotta read your notes every day. You got to read. So did the 10x rule. 10x rule said you got to go back to your notes every day. So on my goal list every day is a tab that says, or is a line item that says, go back and review your notes from the previous day every day. And before I go to bed, which is what I'm getting ready to do in a second here, before I go to bed, I'm going to check off all of those checkpoints. I'm going to highlight them all. That's what I've been doing in my journal every day. What I'm doing throughout the whole day, all my goals, check them off. Sometimes you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you might miss one detail, but the purpose of everything is to come as close to checking all of those things off as humanly possible. All right. Last one. I have to give you a little bit of a disclaimer. I just bought this book. It's the 21 indispensable qualities of a leader. I just bought it, so I don't really have a review. If you guys have already read it, by the time one of these videos comes up next, in which I'm adding more books to the collection, I will have read it and I will have some comments on it. I'm sure that it's going to be an excellent book. I've heard reviews from other people about this book that have read it or were in the process of reading it. So that's why I picked it up. Definitely wanted to have it in my library. I have other books that right now are in storage or something that I'm also going to bring down, titles like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a bunch of other titles that I have, some Nikki Giovanni books, that I'm going to bring down and add to those as well. So upon the next review, I'm going to do one of these ever so often. I'll have this one read and I'll have some reviews for it. But if any of you have read this book, again, like the others, go ahead and put some comments in the comment section. Let us know how you like it. Share it with the whole community, and go ahead and pick this book up. Though I'm not telling you don't pick it up just because I haven't read it. Go out and pick it up. So there you have it, guys. There you have it. It's February 10th on today, and I've already read those plus 2 more. So for the year already 2020, I've read 7 books. 7 books. Self-development, self-knowledge, elevation, domination, motivation. That's what we're all about. So I wanted to introduce that. I want to put that out there. Any suggestions, again, any book suggestions that you have, go ahead and drop them in the comments. That they didn't have to be here, but put them in the comments, and let's grow together. Let's grow. That's all I'm talking about. That's all I want. I want to see my people grow. I want to see my people educate themselves. I want to see my people dominating this world, dominating the ways that we should be out here dominating. But the only way is to change your mindset. That's the only way. The only way you're going to grow is to, first of all, change your mindset. Change the way you look at things. That is pathetic for anybody to be sitting up in here talking about, I want to be successful, and you've read 1 book for the whole year. That's not acceptable. You got to get out here, change your mindset, and then feed your mind. Feed your mind and then take massive actions after that. Massive actions. 10x actions. You can't go 4x. You can't go 3x. Okay? It takes a lot of effort to get a plane off the ground. Just think about this. A plane cannot get off the ground at 70%, 80%. It takes 100% action for that plane to get off the ground. Otherwise, guess what's happening? All you're doing is circling around on the tarmacs. And a lot of us have become comfortable with just circling around on the tarmacs. Circling around on the tarmacs. It don't take the effort. But as soon as you put in the effort, guess what? You could take flight You can go up. You can elevate yourself. You can get that plane off the ground. That plane, metaphorically speaking, is you. Aren't you tired of circling the tarmacs? You ready to get up? You ready to get up in the air, take flight, and get to your destination? Aren't you? Aren't you, or no? Or are you cool with just circling the tarmacs and just being in a whirlwind of a circle of confusion, being in a circle of why, being in a circle of asking questions like, when all it takes is, man, let me put in this effort so I can take flight. I got a destination to reach. Don't you want to reach your destination? Think about it. If you was going on a trip and the pilot, let's say, hey man, we got to just keep circling around. We don't have this plane don't have the energy. What you gonna say? Let me off this plane. Let me off. I got somewhere to be, right? So why don't you apply that same thing to your life and say, man, I got somewhere to be. I got to get off this runway. So I got to put in the effort that it takes for me to get this plane off the ground and take flight. I know this was helpful to somebody today. I know that we're helping people. So like I said, continue to subscribe, continue to like, continue to share this with people, and let's get off the runway. Let's take flight. Let's give maximum effort to take flight to get where it is that our destination is, to get where it is that we're going in our next destination in life. All right? Succeed, be great, go out and make a moment, study to show thyself approved, and until we meet again, peace.